It's very clear that developing countries, or what we call direct access entities, are at a disadvantage in terms of the capacity they need to put together to access our funds. That is why we have a country program and an entity work program that provides the support for countries and regional entities like IGAD to get accredited. But before you can access GCF funds, there are certain criteria that you have to meet. You will agree with me that in most of developing countries, and even looking at Africa in particular, our institutional effectiveness is a bit lacking behind. You know, the fiduciary standards, the institutional effectiveness, and what it takes to manage projects it needs a bit work to be done. So those that have been able to meet those standards, they've been accredited, like NEMA, KDB, EcoBank, quite a number of them. And I would say that the process is actually not too strict. If an institution has the basic requirements fulfilled, the institution will be accredited. But unfortunately, the countries are not also presenting to us some of the institutions that may be ready. You know, it's a country decision. There are a lot of thought process that goes into it, and some of them also could be political. You know, so it's a matter of demand and supply. We are country driven, so if a country does not submit an institution for accreditation, we cannot approve it. You know? So these are some of the challenges that we experience, but we have been able to ramp up some level of support for direct access entities. They are a priority for us. We particularly have to make sure that Africa LDC and SITs cover about 50% of our investment, particularly when it comes to adaptation and mitigation, also 50%. So these are the parameters that we work with. But from my experience, countries need a lot of support and help, and they need to strategize and bring for their best. You know, there are some accredited entities also that have been presented accredited, but they cannot deliver the goods. So we have to be very careful how we accredit countries and entities to access funding from us. The unit that deals with accreditation and particularly country programming, they have been very actively engaged with the countries. We do a lot of capacity development. We do a lot of awareness. And I think also one of the things that is limiting is the fact that this is country driven. So a private sector, for instance, cannot submit itself for accreditation. It has to go through the government processes. So I think these are the main issues that has limited the percentage of direct access entities. But for the United Nations entities, the big banks, definitely they have enough capacity